I never thought I would end up here, standing in my own kitchen at midnight, staring at an empty bottle of scotch and wondering when everything went so wrong. Before we go any further, take a second to subscribe, hit the hype button, and like the video. It really helps the channel grow. And tell us in the comments, what would you do in this situation? My name is Thomas Grayson, but everyone calls me Tom. 47 years old, self-made millionaire, CEO of a tech consulting firm I built from nothing. I came from a trailer park in Indiana, worked 3 jobs to put myself through community college, then clawed my way up until I could afford a penthouse in Manhattan. The house is quiet now. Too quiet. Nicole is asleep in our bedroom, or pretending to be. Jade is in her room, probably texting her friends about what an embarrassment I am. Charlie is out somewhere, spending my money on things I will never know about. This is my life. This is what I worked for. The first time I met Nicole, she was waiting tables at a diner in Brooklyn. She had this smile that could light up a room. She came from nothing, just like me. I thought we understood each other. I proposed after 6 months. We were married 3 months later. She moved into my apartment with her 2 kids, Jade and Charlie. Jade was only 4 then, with pigtails and missing teeth. Charlie was 10, quiet and watchful. I remember thinking I could give them everything I never had. That was 10 years ago. Now, Jade is 14 and looks at me like I am something she stepped in. Charlie is 20 and treats my home like a hotel. And Nicole? Nicole stopped looking at me at all. I hear a door open behind me. I turn to see Jade standing in the hallway, her phone glowing in her hand. "What are you doing up?" she asks, not bothering to hide the annoyance in her voice. "I live here," I say simply. She rolls her eyes. "Whatever. Can you be quiet? Some of us are trying to sleep." "You are on your phone." "So?" She crosses her arms. "You are not my real dad. Stop acting like you have the right to tell me what to do." There it is. The words that cut deeper each time I hear them. "Go to bed, Jade." "Make me." She smirks, that same smirk Nicole gets when she thinks she has won an argument. Then she turns and walks back to her room, leaving me standing alone in the darkness. The next morning, I wake up on the couch. My neck is stiff, and my head pounds from the scotch. I can hear movement in the kitchen, the clatter of dishes and the sound of the coffee maker. When I enter the kitchen, Nicole does not even look up. "Morning," I say. Nothing. Jade is at the table, scrolling through her phone while shoving cereal into her mouth. Charlie stumbles in wearing yesterday's clothes. "Tom," he says, like my name tastes bad. "I need money." Not good morning. Not how are you, just a demand. "For what?" I ask. He shrugs. "Does it matter?" "Yes." Nicole finally speaks. "Tom, just give him the money. Do we have to do this every morning?" "Do we have to do what exactly?" I pour myself coffee. "Have a conversation about where our money goes?" "Your money," Jade mutters. I turn to look at her. "What was that?" She sets down her phone and meets my eyes with a challenge in hers. "I said your money. You are always reminding us, right? How you pay for everything? How we should be grateful?" "I never said that." "You do not have to." She stands up. "It is written all over your face every time you look at us. We are just a burden to you, right? The family you never wanted." "Jade, that is not fair," Nicole says, but her voice lacks conviction. "Whatever. I am going to school." Jade grabs her designer backpack and heads for the door. Charlie is still waiting, his hand practically outstretched. "How much?" I ask quietly. 200. I hand him the bills. He takes them without a thank you and disappears. Nicole finally looks at me. "You did not have to make it awkward." I asked him what he needed it for. "You interrogated him." She sighs and walks away, her coffee cup abandoned on the counter for me to clean up. I stand alone in the kitchen, surrounded by dirty dishes and half-eaten food, and something inside me shifts. This is over. I pick up my phone and dial my lawyer. Richard Castellano has been my attorney for over 15 years. He was the one who managed my first major contract negotiation and also drafted the prenuptial agreement when I married Nicole. She signed it without even bothering to read it. Now, I find myself feeling deeply grateful for Richard's cautious nature. "Tom," he answers on the second ring, "this is early for you. I need to talk. Come by the office. 2 o'clock work? Make it noon." There's a brief pause. Richard knows me well enough to understand what I'm not saying. I'll clear my schedule. At noon, I'm sitting in Richard's office, located on the 42nd floor of a high-rise in the financial district, looking out at the bustling streets below. "So," Richard says, settling into his chair and giving me a steady look. "What brings you here?" "I want a divorce." He doesn't seem shocked by the admission. Without missing a beat, he pulls out a legal pad and a pen. "Walk me through it." I tell him everything. I tell him about the constant disrespect, the sense of entitlement, the endless demands for money. I talk about Jade's taunts, Charlie's laziness, and Nicole's indifference. Richard takes notes as I speak, his pen moving quickly over the paper. When I finish, he sets the pen down and looks at me thoughtfully. "The prenup is solid," he says, his voice calm but firm. "Nicole gets nothing from the marriage assets. The house is yours, the business is yours, the investments are yours. She walks away with whatever she brought into the marriage, which, according to my records, was a 2009 Honda Civic and about $3,000 in credit card debt." "What about the kids?" I ask, feeling a knot tighten in my chest. "They are not legally yours. You never adopted them. You have no financial obligation to them once the marriage dissolves." The relief that floods through me is instant and overwhelming. It feels like I can finally breathe again. "How fast can we move on this?" I ask, almost desperate to put everything behind me. "I can have the papers drawn up by the end of business today. You could serve her tomorrow." "Do it." That evening, I come home to an atmosphere of chaos. Nicole is in the living room, surrounded by shopping bags, all spilling their contents onto the floor. High-end designer labels, expensive boutique items, thousands of dollars worth of clothes scattered carelessly around her. "Good day?" I ask, keeping my tone even, casual. She glances up, her face lighting up with a smile. "Amazing. They had a sale at Bergdorf." "A sale," I repeat, my voice flat. 50% off. Can you believe it? She holds up a pair of shoes. These were only $700. Only $700 for a pair of shoes. "Nicole, we need to talk about spending." And there it is. The dramatic sigh. The eye roll that I've seen countless times before. "Tom, please, not tonight. I've had such a good day. Don't ruin it." "I'm not trying to ruin anything. I'm trying to have a conversation about our finances." "Our finances are fine. You're a millionaire, remember?" She breezes past me, leaving the bags for me to deal with. I stand there for a moment, staring at the pile of clothes, but it doesn't even register. Later that night, I retreat to my study. I open my laptop and begin the delicate process of transferring money, moving it from joint accounts into personal ones. I change passwords, update security questions, and add two-factor authentication for extra security. It takes me a few hours, but by the time I finish, Nicole and her children have access to exactly one account, a checking account with just $5,000 in it. I sleep soundly that night, more peacefully than I've slept in months. The process server arrives at exactly 9 o'clock. I let him in myself, before Nicole or the kids are awake. We walk to the master bedroom together. "Mrs. Grayson," the server says, his voice steady. "I need you to wake up." Nicole stirs groggily, her eyes half open. "What? Who are you?" "I am here to serve you with legal documents." He holds out a folder. "Petition for dissolution of marriage." Nicole's eyes snap open, and she sits up, suddenly wide awake. Her hands shake as she takes the folder. Tom, what is this? Divorce papers, I say, my tone calm but firm. I am divorcing you, Nicole. The server leaves without saying another word. Nicole is staring at the papers in her hands like they are written in a language she can't understand. You cannot be serious, she says, disbelief flooding her voice. I am completely serious. She hurls the papers across the room, the folder sailing through the air before landing in a heap on the floor. This is insane. You cannot just divorce me. We are a family. We are not a family, I reply, my voice level. We haven't been a family for a long time. She narrows her eyes. Tired of what exactly? Being married? Having responsibilities? Tired of being treated like an ATM, I say, my frustration spilling out. Tired of being disrespected in my own home. Tired of being told I'm not good enough, not the real father, not important. Before she can respond, the bedroom door opens. Jade stands there in her pajamas, looking at us both with confusion. What is going on? Why are you yelling? Nicole turns to her. Your stepfather has decided to divorce me. Jade's eyes widen, her confusion turning to concern. What? Why? Because he is selfish, Nicole says, her voice dripping with venom. Because he cares more about money than people. That is not true, and you know it, I respond, my voice hardening. Then why are you doing this? Jade demands, her voice growing shrill. Where are we supposed to go? That is not my problem anymore, I say, my words final. Jade's face crumples, and she runs back to her room, her footsteps echoing down the hall. Nicole takes a deep breath, her chest heaving. You are going to regret this. I doubt that, I say, my resolve unwavering. I will fight you. I will take everything. I don't flinch. Read the prenup. You signed it. You get nothing. The color drains from her face. You planned this. No, I say, shaking my head. I planned for the possibility of this. There's a difference. I begin to walk toward the door. You have 30 days to vacate the premises. After that, I will have the locks changed. 30 days? Her voice cracks, the desperation evident. Tom, please, don't do this. We can work this out. There is nothing to work out, I reply. This was broken a long time ago. The door to my study flies open without a knock. Charlie storms in, his face red and his fists clenched. Mom says you're divorcing her? That's right, I say, my tone cold. You can't do that. I can, and I am. This is our home, he yells, his voice rising in anger. This is my home, Charlie. It always has been. We live here, he shouts, stepping forward, his eyes blazing. Not for much longer, I say, unwavering. He takes another step, his body tense. You're really going to throw us out? We have nowhere to go. You have 30 days to figure it out, I say, my patience thinning. You are pathetic, he spits, his face contorting with anger. A pathetic old man who is so insecure that he has to punish people for not worshiping him. If that's how you see it, I say, taking a step back toward the door, then you'll be happy to be rid of me. Where is she supposed to go? Where are we supposed to go? He demands, his voice filled with frustration. I have an apartment, I reply, trying to stay calm. On the edge of town, small but available. I'll let you stay there, rent-free for 6 months while you get on your feet. His eyes narrow, suspicion flashing in his gaze. An apartment? What kind of apartment? A 1-bedroom, clean, safe, functional. A 1-bedroom? For the 3 of us? It's more than you came with, I say, my voice firm. Nicole appears behind him, her face pale. Charlie, don't. He looks between us, frustration evident, before storming out of the room. I hear the front door slam. Nicole stands in the doorway, her body smaller somehow, as if the weight of the situation is finally hitting her. An apartment? It's yours if you want it, I say, my voice softening for a brief moment. Or you can find something else. But either way, you cannot stay here. Tom, please, she says, her voice pleading. I know things haven't been perfect, but we can fix this. Nicole, stop, I say, cutting her off. I love you, she says, her voice cracking with emotion. The words should mean something, but they don't. No, you don't, I reply, shaking my head. You love what I provide. There's a difference. Her tears fall freely now, and a pang of guilt tugs at my heart. But then I remember this morning, and yesterday, and last week. I remember years of being taken for granted. The guilt fades, replaced by the clarity of my decision. I'll have the apartment keys ready by tomorrow, I say, walking out of the room, my footsteps echoing in the silent house. They take the apartment. Of course they do. They have nowhere else to go. Within 2 days, they have moved most of their belongings out of the penthouse. The rooms echo with emptiness now. But it is a good emptiness. A clean emptiness. The apartment I gave them is in a neighborhood 40 minutes from Manhattan, in a building that is clean but unremarkable. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, a small kitchen. It is a world away from the penthouse. 2 weeks after they move in, Nicole calls me. Tom, we need to talk. About what? Money. The $5,000 in the checking account is almost gone. We need more. No. There is a long pause. What do you mean, no? I mean, no. That money was a cushion while you figured things out. Have you looked for a job? A job? Tom, I have not worked in 10 years. Then I suggest you start now. You cannot be serious. What am I supposed to do? Get a job. You have experience from before we met. Use it. Her voice goes cold. I see. So this is punishment. I am not making you do anything. I am just no longer supporting you. What about the kids? What about Jade? Jade will be fine. You can support her. Charlie can get a job too. He is 20 years old. You are heartless. I am practical. You need money? Get a job. That is my final answer. I hang up before she can respond. Over the next few days, the calls keep coming. All of them wanting money, all of them angry when I refuse. I stop answering. Then one evening, I come home to find my penthouse has been broken into. Not by strangers, by them. The living room is trashed. Picture frames are shattered on the floor. The couch cushions have been slashed. Someone has spray-painted words on the wall. Selfish and heartless in angry red letters. I pull out my phone and call Richard. They broke in, I say. They destroyed the place. Are you hurt? No, I was not here. But Richard, this is bad. Do you have security cameras? Yes. Good. Do not touch anything. I am calling the police. The police arrive within 20 minutes. The cameras show Nicole, Charlie, and even Jade entering through the front door using a copied key. They show them systematically destroying my belongings, spray painting the walls. The police officer taking my statement shakes his head. You want to press charges? I look at the footage again. Jade is holding the spray paint can. Charlie slashed the couch. Nicole is directing them. Yes, I say, I want to press charges. The next morning, Nicole, Charlie, and Jade are arrested. Nicole and Charlie are held on bail. Jade is released to child services. Nicole calls me from jail. Tom, please, you have to drop the charges. Please, Jade is terrified. They are going to put Charlie in prison. Please. You broke into my home. We were angry. We were not thinking straight. That is not an excuse. Tom, please, I am begging you. I will do anything. Just drop the charges. I close my eyes. I think about the spray paint on the walls, the slashed couch, the broken frames. I think about years of disrespect. No, you made your choice. Now live with it. I hang up. Richard calls me an hour later. The district attorney wants to know if you are willing to negotiate. Negotiate what? They pay for the damages, issue a formal apology, agree to stay away. In exchange, you drop the charges. What happens if I do not? Charlie could do time, 6 months to a year, Nicole gets probation. Jade gets therapy and community service. Tell them I will consider it. But I want every penny of the damages paid. I want a restraining order, and I want it in writing that they will never contact me again. Done. The agreement is signed 3 days later. They pay $47,000 for the damages. The restraining order is filed. They cannot come within 500 feet of me. My walls are repainted. My furniture is replaced. The penthouse looks better than before, and I am alone. Finally, blessedly alone. 3 weeks pass. The penthouse is quiet, peaceful. I wake up when I want. I eat what I want. I work without interruption. But then the harassment starts again. Not asking for money this time. Just anger, desperation, threats. Charlie leaves voicemails. You think you won? You're just a pathetic old man. We'll make you regret this. Jade texts me. I hope you're happy. Mom cries every day. We have nothing because of you. I hate you. Nicole sends emails, long rambling messages about how I destroyed her life. I save everything. Every voicemail, every text, every email. I change my number. I block them on all platforms. I hire a security company to monitor the situation. One afternoon, I get a call from a number I don't recognize. Mr. Grayson? This is Amanda Rodriguez. I'm a caseworker with Child Protective Services. I'm calling about Jade Smith. A chill runs through me. What about her? She's been placed in foster care. Her mother has been deemed temporarily unfit due to housing instability. We're trying to locate family members who might be able to take custody. I'm not family, I say, my voice tight. I was her stepfather, but the marriage has been dissolved. I have no legal connection to her. I understand. But Jade specifically asked us to call you. I close my eyes, a lump forming in my throat. I can't help her. I'm sorry, but I can't. Mr. Grayson, she's a child. She's frightened and alone. Then find her real father, or another relative, but I'm not responsible for her anymore. She hangs up, and I sit in my study, staring blankly at the desk. I feel like the worst person in the world. But what am I supposed to do? Take Jade in? Go back to being her parent after everything? No, I won't do that. The next day, I call Richard. I need to know what's happening with them. Nicole, Charlie, Jade, I need to know they're okay. Tom, you have a restraining order. I'm not checking up on them. I just want to know they're not starving. Richard sighs. Fine, I'll make some calls. 2 days later, Richard calls back. Nicole's working at a department store in Queens. She's living in that apartment you gave her. Charlie's couch surfing, no job, and Jade's in foster care. Is she okay? Jade, I mean. She's with a good family, going to school, getting therapy. She's going to be fine. Good, that's good. About 6 weeks after the divorce was filed, I receive a package, no return address. Inside is a letter, handwritten. Dear Tom, I know I'm not supposed to contact you, but I need you to know something. You were right. About all of it. I did take you for granted. I did use you. I stopped seeing you as a person. And I am sorry, I can't go back and change what I did. But I can tell you that I understand now. I understand what it's like to work and still not have enough. I understand what you were trying to give us, and I threw it away. I'm not writing this to ask for forgiveness. I'm writing this so you know that you were not crazy. You were not being unfair. You were being human, and we failed to treat you like one. I hope you find happiness. Nicole. I read the letter 3 times. Then, I fold it carefully and put it back in the envelope. I don't respond. What would I say? But something inside me shifts. The anger that's been driving me starts to fade. They understand now, or at least Nicole does, and that's enough. 6 months after the divorce is finalized, I am having lunch at a restaurant in Midtown when I see her. Nicole. She is working behind the counter, looking tired and worn down. She does not see me at first. I could leave, but I do not. Instead, I watch her work. Then she looks up and sees me. Her face goes white. I raise my hand in a small wave. She stares for a moment, then walks over to my table. Tom. Nicole. Can I sit down? It's your break? I can take 5 minutes. I gesture to the chair. She sits down carefully. You look good, she says. So do you. It is a lie. She looks exhausted. But what else am I supposed to say? I got your letter, I tell her. I should not have sent that. I am sorry. The restraining order was lifted. Her eyes widen. It was. Months ago. Why? Because it was time. We sit in silence. The restaurant buzzes around us, the background noise blending into the stillness between us. I am sorry, Nicole says, her voice quiet but sincere. For all of it. I know I said it in the letter, but I need you to hear me say it. I am sorry for taking you for granted. I am sorry for everything. I accept your apology. She looks up at me, surprised. You do? I do. It does not change anything, but I accept it. Her eyes fill with tears, and she blinks quickly, trying to hold them back. Thank you. How are you doing, really? I am okay. It is hard, really hard. I work 2 jobs now, but I am managing, and I am learning things about myself, about what I am capable of. That is good. Her break ends. She stands up, smoothing her apron, but her hands linger on the fabric, almost reluctant to leave. It was good to see you, Tom. Really. You too. She starts to walk away, then turns back, hesitating for a moment. Do you regret it? Any of it? I think about it. I do not regret the good parts, and I do not regret leaving when it was time to leave. She smiles faintly. That is a good answer. Then she walks away, disappearing behind the counter. That evening, there is a knock on my door. I check the security camera and see Charlie. He looks different. He cut his hair. He's wearing a work uniform. I open the door. Charlie. Hey, Tom, can we talk? About what? About me being a fool. About everything. I let him in. He steps inside, glancing around almost awkwardly, as if unsure where to stand. Place looks good, he says, his voice low. We stand there for a moment in uncomfortable silence before Charlie speaks again. I saw Mom today. She told me she ran into you, that you talked. We did. She said you were nice, that you accepted her apology. I did. He takes a deep breath. I was the worst to you, Tom. I was lazy, entitled, ungrateful, and you gave me everything, and I threw it all away. Yes, you did. He flinches at my bluntness, but doesn't look away. I am not here to ask for anything. I just wanted to say I am sorry, and to say thank you. Thank you for what? For kicking me out, for cutting me off, for forcing me to grow up. He lets out a bitter laugh. I hated you for it. But then I got my job, and I started paying my own bills, and I realized I was proud of myself, for the first time in my life. That is good, Charlie. I am glad. He looks at me with a new seriousness. I've been saving money. I'm going to enroll in community college next semester. That is really good. He pauses for a moment, looking like he's about to say something else, but hesitates. Finally, he speaks. You were right about me, about all of us. We were using you, and we paid the price. We all paid the price. Yeah. He moves toward the door, but stops, turning back to me. Anyway, I just wanted to say that. Charlie? He turns back. I'm proud of you, for turning it around. His eyes get shiny, and he nods quickly, almost too fast. Then, without saying another word, he leaves. I close the door behind him, leaning against it for a moment, letting everything settle in. Emotions wash over me. Pride, relief, sadness, hope. Maybe I did the right thing after all. A year passes. The penthouse becomes truly mine. I redecorate, erase the last traces of the family that once lived here. I date a woman named Lumi, who runs her own marketing firm and makes me laugh. We talk about moving in together. My business continues to grow. I mentor young entrepreneurs. I travel. I live. I am happy. Actually happy. Then one day, I get an invitation. You are invited to celebrate Jade Smith's high school graduation. There is a handwritten note. I know this is weird, but it would mean a lot if you came. Jade. I show the invitation to Lumi. Are you going to go? She asks. I do not know. Do you want to? Part of me wants to throw it away, but another part wants to see her, wants to know if she kept growing. I think I do, I say. The graduation is held in a high school auditorium in Queens. I sit in the back, watching as hundreds of teenagers receive their diplomas. When they call Jade's name, I feel my chest tighten. She walks across the stage, confident and poised. After the ceremony, I wait outside. I'm about to leave when I hear someone call my name. Tom! I turn to see Jade running toward me. She stops a few feet away, suddenly shy. You came. I came. She steps forward and hugs me briefly. When she pulls back, her eyes are shining. Thank you for everything, for raising me when you did not have to, for being patient with me, for teaching me what it means to work hard. I would not be here without you. Yes, you would. You did this yourself. Maybe, but you gave me the foundation. Nicole appears behind Jade, along with Charlie. They both look good, healthy. Nicole is wearing a simple dress. Charlie is in slacks and a button-down. They look like different people. Tom, Nicole says softly. I'm glad you came. Me too, Charlie adds. We stand there, the four of us, connected by history, but separated by time. Where are you going to college? I ask Jade. CUNY. I got a partial scholarship. I'm going to study social work. I want to help kids in foster care. That is wonderful. It is because of my experience. Being in foster care was hard, but my foster parents were amazing. I want to do that for other kids. I nod, unable to speak. She turned her pain into purpose. I am proud of you, I managed to say. Thank you. That means a lot. Nicole touches my arm lightly. Can we talk? Just for a minute? We step away from the crowd. Nicole looks at me with an expression I cannot read. I wanted to say something about us, about what happened. Nicole, you do not have to. Please, let me say this. She takes a breath. I have spent the last few years thinking about our marriage, and I realized something. We were never really partners. I was looking for someone to take care of me, and you were looking for a family. We were both trying to fill holes in ourselves. That is probably true. I do not blame you anymore. For the divorce, for cutting us off, for any of it. You did what you had to do. And honestly, it was the best thing that could have happened to us. I am a better person now, a stronger person, and so is Charlie, and so is Jade. I look at her, this woman I once loved, and feel only warmth. I am glad you are doing well, I say. You too. You look happy. I am. Good. You deserve it. Charlie joins us. Hey, Tom. I am graduating next spring from community college, business administration. Would you come to that too? I am surprised. You want me there? Yeah. You were the one who showed me what success looks like. I would not have made it without that example. Something warm fills my chest. I will be there. His face breaks into a smile. Cool. Thanks. We stand there a little longer, making small talk. It is strange, but not bad. We are not family anymore, but we are not enemies either. We are just people who share a history. Finally, Jade says she needs to go. We say our goodbyes. Then they walk away, back to their lives. And I walk back to mine. As I drive home, I think about everything that happened, the betrayal, the anger, the divorce, the destruction, the growth, the healing. I do not regret any of it, because all of it led me here, to this moment, to this life, a life that is truly mine. 2 more years pass. I am 54 now, running a company worth $50 million, living with Lumi in a house I love. My life is full in ways I never imagined. One December evening, I am at my office when Patricia knocks on my door. "Mr. Grayson, Charlie Smith is here to see you. He says it is important." I have not seen Charlie in over a year. "Send him in." Charlie enters looking nervous but professional. He is wearing a suit, his posture confident. "Tom, thanks for seeing me." "Of course. What can I do for you?" "I have a business proposal for you." This surprises me. "A business proposal?" He pulls out a folder and slides it across my desk. "I have been working in retail management for 3 years, and I have seen a gap in the market, a need for affordable, quality furniture for young professionals. I want to start a company." I open the folder and scan the business plan inside. It is thorough, professional. This is not the work of the lazy kid who once lived in my home. "Why are you bringing this to me?" "Because you are the best businessman I know, and I am not asking for a handout. I am asking for an investment, a real investment, with contracts and terms. I will pay you back with interest." I study him. "This is solid, Charlie. But why do you think I would invest in you, after everything?" "Because you are not the kind of man who holds grudges. You see potential and invest in it. And I am not that kid anymore. I have spent years proving to myself I can do this. Now I want to prove it to you." I look at the plan again. The numbers are realistic. The market analysis is sound. This could work. "Give me a week to review this." His face lights up. "Really? You will consider it?" "I will. But Charlie, if I do this, it is business. Pure business. No family favors. You will pay the same interest rate as any other entrepreneur. You will meet the same milestones. Clear?" "Crystal clear. That is all I want." I take the plan home and review it with Lumi. "What do you think?" I ask. "I think it is a good plan. But more importantly, I think you want to do this." "I do. But is that smart?" "Tom, you have spent years proving you can be ruthless when needed. Maybe now it is time to prove you can be generous without being taken advantage of." She is right. I call Charlie the next day. "I am in. $200,000 for a 30% stake. Standard terms. You report to me quarterly. If you miss milestones, I pull out. Agreed?" Silence. Then, "Agreed. Thank you, Tom. I will not let you down. I know you will not, because if you do, this is the last chance you get." Understood. Over the next 18 months, I watch Charlie build his business from the ground up. He works 18-hour days, 7 days a week. He sends me monthly updates, detailed reports. He treats this like his life depends on it. The company launches. It is called Foundation Furniture. The reviews are good. Sales are steady. Charlie is making it work. At the end of the 2nd year, Charlie schedules a meeting. He arrives with a check and a smile. "First dividend payment, your 30% share, plus the first installment on your investment payback." I look at the check. It is substantial, more than I expected. "You are ahead of schedule. We had a good quarter, and I want to pay you back as fast as possible to prove I can do this." I stand and shake his hand. "I am proud of you, Charlie. Really proud." His eyes get shiny. "That means everything. You were the first person who believed I could be more than I was. You did the work. You earned this." After he leaves, I sit in my office looking at the check. It is not about the money. It is about watching someone grow, watching someone become better. That evening, I tell Lumi about the meeting. "So he is going to pay you back in full?" "Looks like it. Within 3 years." She smiles. "You did good, Tom." "I just gave him a chance." "No. You gave him consequences. Then you gave him a chance. That is what doing good looks like." I think about this. about Nicole working 2 jobs and learning what she is capable of, about Jade helping foster kids, about Charlie building a business, about me standing in my home with a woman I love, finally at peace. I did not just survive what they did to me, I won. Not by destroying them, but by refusing to let them destroy me. By walking away, by forcing them to stand on their own, by showing them that actions have consequences, but also that people can change. They became better people because I refused to enable them anymore. And I became a better person because I refused to let their toxicity define me. I look at Lumi. You know what? You are right. I did do good. She kisses me. I know. I stand there in my home, my real home, with my real partner, living my real life, the life I built, the life I earned, the life I deserve. Nicole was right about one thing. The divorce was the best thing that could have happened to all of us. They found themselves, and I found myself. 3 months later, Charlie sends me an email. Foundation Furniture has secured a major contract with a national retailer. The company is expanding. His projections show he will pay back my full investment within 18 months, 2 years ahead of schedule. I forward the email to Richard. Looks like my gamble paid off, I write. His response comes immediately. It was not a gamble. You knew what you were doing. You always do. Maybe he is right. Maybe I did know. Or maybe I just finally learned to trust my instincts, to stand up for myself, to refuse to be taken advantage of, to walk away from what does not serve me and invest in what does. I close my laptop and look out at the city. Somewhere out there, Nicole is working her 2 jobs and learning to be independent. Jade is studying to help foster kids, turning her pain into purpose. Charlie is building a business, proving to himself that he can succeed. And I am here, in my penthouse, with my successful business, my loving partner, and my hard-won peace. We all won in the end, just not in the way any of us expected. I did not get revenge by destroying them. I got revenge by thriving without them, by showing them that I did not need them, by forcing them to grow into people who could respect themselves. The best revenge is not making someone suffer. The best revenge is becoming so successful, so happy, so complete, that their absence from your life is a gift rather than a loss. And that is exactly what I did. I stand up from my desk. Lumi is in the kitchen making dinner. I can hear her humming, the sound of normalcy and contentment and home. Real home. Not the tense, toxic environment I lived in for 10 years, but a genuine sanctuary where I am valued and loved and seen. This is what victory looks like. Not anger, not bitterness, not revenge plots or schemes or punishments. Just peace, just happiness, just a life well lived. I walk into the kitchen and wrap my arms around Lumi. She leans back against me. Good day? She asks. Great day. Charlie is ahead of schedule on the investment payback. That is wonderful. You must be proud. I am. Of him. Of me. Of how it all turned out. She turns in my arms and looks up at me. You did the right thing, you know. Walking away, starting over. Not everyone has that courage. It did not feel like courage at the time. It felt like survival. Same thing sometimes. Maybe she is right. Maybe survival is its own kind of courage. That night, as I lie in bed next to Lumi, I think about the journey I have been on. From that midnight in the kitchen, staring at an empty scotch bottle and wondering when everything went wrong, to this moment, lying beside a woman I love in a life I have built entirely on my own terms. It was worth it. Every painful step, every hard decision, every moment of doubt and guilt and fear. It was worth it because I am free. Free from toxicity. Free from being taken for granted. Free from enabling destructive behavior. Free from sacrificing myself for people who would never appreciate the sacrifice. And in that freedom, I found something I never expected. I found myself. The next morning, I wake up early and go for a run in Central Park. The sun is just rising, painting the sky in shades of pink and gold. The city is waking up around me, millions of people starting their days, living their lives, making their choices. I am just one of them. One man who made hard choices and lived with the consequences and came out the other side. But I am also more than that. I am a man who refused to be a victim, who took control of his life, who walked away from what was destroying him and built something better. I am a man who won, not by destroying others, but by refusing to let them destroy me. And as I run through the park, breathing in the cool morning air, feeling strong and alive and free, I know with absolute certainty that I made the right choice, every single time. I finish my run and head home. Lumi is making breakfast. Coffee is brewing. The morning news plays softly on the television. It is a simple scene, domestic and ordinary, but to me, it is everything, because this is mine, this peace, this contentment, this life. I built it, I earned it, I fought for it, and no one can take it away from me. I pour myself coffee and sit at the kitchen table, watching Lumi move around the kitchen with easy familiarity. This is what partnership looks like: mutual respect, shared responsibility, genuine affection. This is what I should have had all along. But I could not have gotten here without going through what I went through. The pain taught me what to look for. The betrayal taught me what to avoid. The divorce taught me my own strength. Everything I lost made room for everything I gained. My phone buzzes. A text from Charlie. "Morning, Tom. Just wanted to say thanks again for believing in me. You changed my life." I read the text twice, then reply, "You changed your own life. I just gave you the opportunity. Proud of you." His response is immediate. "Could not have done it without you. Talk soon." I set down my phone and smile. He is going to make it. They all are. Nicole, Jade, Charlie. They are going to be okay. And so am I. Better than okay. I am thriving. Lumi sits down across from me with her own coffee. "What are you smiling about?" "Just thinking about how everything worked out." "Worked out how?" "Exactly how it was supposed to." She reaches across the table and takes my hand. Yes, it did. And in that moment, sitting in my kitchen with my partner, with my successful business and my peaceful life and my hard-won freedom, I know with absolute certainty that I won. Not through revenge, not through punishment, but through the simple act of choosing myself, choosing my dignity, my self-respect, my peace, and that choice changed everything.